Today we do an extensive review of my home gym, reviewing everything. And it starts right after this. First we start in this corner over here. We have a Northern Lights Landmine Base, which we can use for landmine exercises. There's a 2-inch and a 1-inch diameter hole, so both sides barbells will fit on this unit. The hinge fully swivels and rotates in all directions, making landmine rows, meadows rows, or any other landmine movements pretty seamless. And at the other end you can attach whatever handle of your choosing, or if you just want to use a V-bar attachment, you could do that also. Right next to it we have the Bells of Steel trap bar. This is an older model. I believe it's the second version. It has since been replaced by a walk-in version, but it's very similar. It's one of the only trap bars that actually has bushings in the sleeves. So you have nice rotating sleeves on this bar. Over here, you'll notice on the wall we got a TRX system. I originally got the TRX because I needed something for back work. Finally, I ended up getting the lat pull-down tower, which pretty much replaced it, but I still have it here on the wall. And sometimes you want something with a little variety, so we still have it. And we got a couple of ropes for the lat pull-down, along with an ab harness in the back there. And also we have some ankle cuffs. Here we have the plate tree, which has bumper plates and Olympic grip plates as well. One thing you'll notice that the grip plates, these are 45s over here. You'll notice the 45, these are 45s on the bottom, and the grip plates take a lot less space on the bar, which is one of my main reasons for getting them. And also they have handles which make it easier to put them on and off the bar. Over here we got some barbells along with a barbell rack on the wall. Bottom here we got a safety squat bar. Right above that we have an easy curl bar, or a super easy curl bar as they call them. Over here we got just a standard Olympic barbell, which is 5 feet long. Being in a tight space, sometimes you require something a little bit shorter to be able to get your work done, and that's why I got this one. And then I got three regular 7-foot Olympic barbells here. The top one here is my favorite. It's a Bells of Steel utility barbell. Has pretty much no whip to it. Very sturdy, or very firm bar, and the highest in quality. Really like it for squatting with it because it doesn't bend at all on the back. While the one underneath it is my first Olympic barbell, which I got with my Olympic bumper plate set. It's done its job. It's all right, but it's still got a little bit of flex in it. And even though there's a climate controlled home, for some reason I got some rust popping up. So I think that's made with some cheaper steel. Right underneath that we have just a cheap chrome plated barbell. This thing has a lot of bend in it. So when I first got it, I wasn't too impressed for squatting or benching. You go to push and you got a lot of bend and whip in the bar. And when you're doing heavier weights, that's not something you want to see. So I do use it as a beater bar. I will use it for landmine work. I also like to use it for deadlifts because sometimes you want a little bit of whip in the bar when you're doing deadlifting. So that comes in handy. Over here we got one of 2 hex dumbbell racks, and right on top here we got some 2.5 pound plates, which are part of the grip plate set we have over here. On this rack we have 5 all the way to 55 in 10-pound increments. My other rack is over here, and same thing, we got a couple of 2.5s on top, and these are 10 pounds all the way to 16 in 10-pound increments. So basically the set goes from 5 all the way to 16 5-pound increments. The Bowflex 1090 dumbbells over here, adjustable dumbbells. A little bit more expensive, however, this set goes from 10 all the way up to 90 pounds in 5-pound increments. And as you can clearly see here, that takes a lot less space than both of these racks combined. And technically both of these racks are, or all the weights on these racks are included in this one set. Very simple to use or change weights. All you have to do is turn the dial on each side and it selects the weight for you. I got these because I needed something over 60 pounds. And the funny thing is buying these, it was cheaper than getting the 70s, 75s, 80s, 85s, and 90s in the Hex. The stand does not come with the dumbbells. That was bought separate. And the thing I like about that stand is you don't have to bend over on the ground to grab these dumbbells. They're at a nice level and you don't have to worry about hurting your back. While, as you can imagine, grabbing these 60s on the floor isn't exactly my favorite thing to do. Over here we have the lat tower. It's got a high pulley and a low pulley. So you can do cable rows, or you could do lat pull downs or tricep push downs. Do so much variety with this piece of equipment. And it's also plate loaded. I got some Olympic plate adapters there on so I can use all of my plates with it. And as you can imagine, this is a lot cheaper than getting one of those lat machines with a weight stack. You got the weights already, might as well use them for as much of your equipment as possible. Over here we got the Inspire SCS bench. It goes in full incline and decline, and it's a very comfortable bench. It's one of my favorites actually, and it's probably the oldest piece in the gym right now. I also have the accessories for it, which is the Preacher Curl as well as the leg developer. I also picked up the little Inspire stand to put the attachments in, which really complements the set nicely. Over here we have the SQR1 squat stand. Comes with a pull-up bar, and you have multiple hooks all along the rack, which comes in handy if you're squatting. You don't have to constantly move your J-cups like you would with a power rack. And this rack does come with safeties. I keep them in the closet though, so that if in case you're doing bench pressing or you're doing squatting, you are safe in case you have to bail on the bar. So here I got my 5-pound grip plates as well as my 10-pound grip plates over there. The rack does come with 4 of these plate horns, these chrome plated plate horns. I do have them set up differently here because of space constraints. But they're supposed to go on the outside of the rack, one there, and then one on the bottom there. So you can have up to 4 on this rack on the outside of the rack. Also, this rack does come with a barbell holder. Over here I got most of my bands. So I got some dip assist or pull-up assist bands, which you can use for virtually anything. Everything is weight rated as well, so you have an idea of what kind of weight resistance you have. I also have these tubes over here that you can use with these handles for a variety of exercises. All again, different weight resistances. I have them all on the wall here. Over here we just got some regular hex collars. As well as some spring collars for the barbells. And of course we got a nice wall clock. No, it does not actually weigh 45 pounds, and it's not an actual weight plate. It's made of plastic and weighs about a pound. I used to have an office clock in here, and when I saw this I figured, that would really suit the gym well. Over here we have a Theracane, which is comes in handy for letting go or releasing some knots all over the body. Also have a foam roller over here, which I need to use more of, to be honest. But that one's a good foam roller. Over here I got some attachments for the lat pull down machine. Got a straight bar, just a regular cable handle, as well as a V-bar. Got another one here for doing seated rows. Got some more bands over here. Again, all weight rated. Over here on the floor we got a nice mini barbell jack. Basically stick this thing under a barbell and you don't have to lift it with your own power in order to change or add plates on it. It's a real back saver. And as you can imagine, this takes very little space as well. Here we got some kettlebells. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and 40, 50, 60, and 70. Got all my lifting aids over here on this shelf. We got some elbow sleeves, some knee sleeves, wrist wraps, some gloves. We have some belts. Got over here some fractional plates. Go from 0.25 of a pound, half a pound, 0.75, and 1 pound. Behind there we got some, well, they're not fat grip. Well, they're the same thing as fat grips, but they're made by Iron Bull. So you just slap these on a regular barbell and you can work on your grip strength. They're 2 inches in diameter. And then here I got 2 Swiss bars, or football bars. I got the black one in the front first. The reason I got the black one is I need a Swiss bar, and I pretty much settled for this one. I originally wanted a chrome one in the back, but I settled for the black one because it was cheaper. And a year later I ended up buying the chrome one anyway because the black one didn't suit my needs. So let that be a lesson. Buy what you want the first time. And over here we got some barbell pads and the dip belt and some wedges, which also come in handy for jacking the bar up. You just basically roll the bar up. You basically roll the bar up on these, and you can add or remove plates on the sides. And for electronics, we got a 5.1 surround sound system here. With a nice subwoofer. So as you can imagine, in a room this size, it could really pound. And here I got a 20-inch TV. And it's a smart TV as well, so I have it hooked up to my home network. I can watch Netflix on this thing if I want, which I really don't, but I could. My main use for it is I'll use Spotify on it, and then it allows me to listen to my music as I'm working out. So it's hooked up through the 5.1 surround sound, and yeah, comes in handy for keeping you motivated as you're lifting. And now I'm going to show you guys, I got a closet out here, which is basically a gym in a closet. So over here I got towels. This is the Iron Master Super Bench Pro. And then over here I also have attachments for the Super Bench Pro, which is this comes in handy for doing crunches or any decline work to lock your legs in. Also have a dip bar attachment. Here's a shot of the Super Bench Pro outside of the closet. I'll give you a better idea of what it looks like completely. This is an item I'll probably do a more extensive review on if there's interest. These are the safeties for the SQR1 squat rack I showed you earlier. Just some 2x4s for if you want to do some calf raises or jack up a bench or something. Got my gym bag right over here. And in here I store all basically items that I don't use nearly as often, like lifting straps and other extra gloves and maybe an extra belt. Got my lifting shoes over here. The ones on the left are the cheap ones, Under Armour, just regular Under Armour training shoes. I think I paid like 50 bucks for them or something. And then I ended up buying the Adidas Powerlift 4s over here. Unfortunately, they weren't able to replace these ones completely. They work great for squatting, benching, any kind of pressing movement, but when it comes to deadlifting or rows or anything where you're bent over, they don't work as well. You always feel like you're tipping forward and it feels very uneasy and you don't get as much leg drive. So nice shoes, but unfortunately I can't use them for every single exercise. Over here I got a hyper extension bench, very compact and nice. You pull it out and unfold it and you can do hyper extensions. This is what the hyper bench looks like when it's completely unfolded and set up. It can be used for hyper extensions as well as ab work. So I got a little closet over here in the gym, and here I just store some less some stuff where I don't have room in the regular gym for. So I got just some cheap foam tiles which I'll throw on the floor if I'm doing deadlifting to protect the carpet. Got a This is called a Pro Style lat bar, which keeps your hands in a neutral position when doing lat pull downs. It's supposed to be better on the shoulders and get a better stretch in the lats. Not sure you can see that, but in the back we got a Landmine 6-way bar to do a variety of different grips on the Landmine. Got a yoga mat there, an ab wheel, got a Swiss ball still in its original packaging. And I got a calf block on the wall there. Here's a better view of the calf block outside of the closet. And the following 2 lat bars were in the closet. I was unable to show them in there due to the poor lighting. And lastly, we have cardio equipment, which is my least favorite equipment ever. So here we got just a standard exercise bike by Health Rider, which is the H25X model. And right behind it we have the Bowflex Max Trainer M3. Even though I dislike cardio a lot, that's probably my favorite out of the 2 pieces of equipment. Well, that concludes this gym tour. If you have any questions or require any more details on some of this equipment, please leave them in the comments below. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel, and if you liked the video, give it a like. And we'll see you in the next video.